Hello and welcome to episode 23 of Marbella with him and her. He is
PJ Lopez and she is
Hannah Murray.
We're back. We say that every week.
I know, we need to stop saying it. We need to get some new material.
Yeah, well, we ended up with a new ending, didn't we? I think we've got a happy ending now.
Yeah.
And we just need a very good beginning.
We've got the end sorted out. We just need a beginning and a middle that's half interest.
Maybe we could start with Once Upon a Time in Marbella.
So this is weird because we always record the podcast on a Sunday, but last week you were away, so we recorded it on the Tuesday. So when we were working out what we've done, we realised that you've been to the UK and everything I did whilst you were gone, we haven't talked about either. So lots to say.
You told me, really, have you?
Yeah. So tell us about UK.
It wasn't wet. It did rain once.
You were really lucky with the weather, actually, weren't you?
Yes, it was just coming through sort of the end of a heat wave. But the problem with the UK when they have hot weather is it's usually followed by thunderstorms, of which I was in the middle of one.
Really?
Yes. But we were...
I didn't know that.
Yeah, I posted it up. Yeah, you just don't follow me on social media, do you? But there was lots of rain, but I was inside, so it didn't affect me. What I did do this time in the UK, so I went to see my stepfather, and he put me on the insurance for the car.
Woo!
So I did a bit of driving in the UK.
Has it been a while since you drove in the UK?
How long have we been here? 20 years.
Yeah.
That's how long it's been.
Really?
Yes.
Did you, sneak over to the other side of the road? Was it all a bit disconcerting?
Only once on the exit to a supermarket.
Oh, God. Okay.
But that was the only time.
Yeah. I bet going round a roundabout's weird.
You do have to think twice because if you notice, all roundabouts have arrows pointing what way you should go around.
You forget.
Yes.
Yeah.
So that I did actually use that to remind me.
They're there for that very reason, clearly.
Yes. But yeah, it was a nice trip. It wasn't very long. It was Wednesday to Sunday. I survived. Went to a country pub.
Country pub.
Yes. Because they live in a place called Crowborough in East Sussex. And there's lots of countryside. And we went to a country pub and had pub grub.
What did you eat?
I was going to say curry then, but I didn't. I can't remember. I actually can't remember.
Really? Did you have pie?
No, they had pie on there, but I asked what pie it was, and it was turkey.
No.
And I didn't really fancy turkey pie. Oh, I had a good old English hamburger.
God. Okay, well done.
Thank you.
So I went out lots while you were here, most of it in the same day, bizarrely. Right. I had a very eventful Saturday. I went out for breakfast with some friends because it was Jamie's birthday. His birthday's the day after yours. So we went for breakfast to the churros place, which has moved.
Moved?
Yeah. So the institution churros
huge.
place. I know. The woman who runs it is called Hannah, interestingly, but without an H on the end. So Hanna. And she has now taken over another institution churreria by a lady called Mari Carmen, who's had it for many years. So it's called Churreria Hannah by Mari Carmen. And it was lovely. They've got the same lime green chairs outside. And basically, if you're going up the main pedestrian street that you can't drive up, that's got all the restaurants there, it's a fair distance up. And then down if you've got the church in front of you and the sea behind you, it's on one of the left turnings. So if you just keep walking up and looking left, see the lime green chairs, and that's the churros place.
So it's not right and down the end anymore?
No.
That's thrown me. That has really thrown me.
So churros are delicious. If you've never eaten them before, they're definitely a every so often treat because they're not exactly nutritious.
Well, they are. It's just not healthy.
No. So they're basically long donuts is the way to describe
Deep fried with lots of sugar on, and then you can,
dunk it in
extra,
chocolate.
Dip it in melted chocolate.
Yeah, really, really nice, but certainly not a daily occurrence. We go a couple of times a year, don't we, literally?
Yes, usually for Jamie's birthday.
Yes. Or if anyone's over on holiday who hasn't had churros, it's a great thing to do to take them for breakfast.
Yes, it's good fun.
And I had lunch at Los Espigones, which is a really great place in Puerto Banus on the bay, quite near La Sala by the sea. Really nice food. We had some paella. I got a bed there. And the sea's really nice because it's sandy, so it's nice to go in and have a swim. Mind you, I didn't, but I could have done.
Why didn't you?
Well, because I didn't want to get wet.
It usually happens when you go in the sea.
Exactly. I was having a nice lunch and, so I didn't go in the sea. Well, I want to. I regret not going in the sea. Okay. But yes, had a lovely lunch.
What did you eat?
Paella, I just said that.
Okay. I do listen to you.
Don't.
I do.
So, you do that all the time.
I know.
Paella, it was really nice. We had a chicken one and a seafood one.
Lovely.
It was. And in the evening, this all sounds very extravagant. I didn't pay for all this, by the way. We went for sushi. I took the children out with their friends. So my goddaughter and her brother and friends that they'd made, we all went out for sushi. Went to Inch, which is in San Pedro, which is delicious.
Now, I think Inch is underrated and not spoken enough about.
It's really busy. It's popular. There's queues out there sometimes.
Oh, yeah. It's difficult to get in, certainly in the summer.
Yeah.
It's owned, I believe, by the same guy that owns Flankers.
Yes, it is. Yeah, Flankers, which is a kind of rugby bar further up in San Pedro. They do great sushi and really nice noodles. And then after that, because the kids wanted to, we all went for ice cream.
I bet that's your idea.
No, it really wasn't my idea. Gelato is right next to Incontro.
Straight up Constitution Road.
Yeah,
I think.
Yeah, exactly. Really nice ice cream place. The kids loved that. So I had a very eventful, busy day on Saturday.
Which involved mainly eating.
Yeah, for sure. Some wine may have been consumed at some point.
Most of the points during that day, I should think.
Oh, we also went for a drink at the Salad by the Sea whilst we were in the vicinity as well. Had to be done.
Of course. You didn't mention that.
I did, didn't I? On Monday, now this is a really weird thing to say, I went for a blood test. But not because I felt like I needed or wanted to go for a blood test. It was because Sanitas, my insurance company, phoned me up and asked me to get a blood test. And you'd had this previously.
Yeah, they phoned me and said, would you like a blood test?
Yeah, and you kind of go, okay. And they said, and you'll get a free breakfast afterwards, which is even more reason to go and get a blood test. So afterwards, you go to this coffee shop along the road and you get coffee, orange juice and tomato on toast.
Worth a blood test, isn't
Happy
it?
days. Yeah, exactly.
You haven't got the results yet, though, have you?
I need to check, actually.
I reckon,
Hopefully I'm all right.
having a look at your first thing you did in the week, and then you went for your blood test, I reckon it might come back with high cholesterol.
Yeah, it might, mightn't it? That's a good point. Talking of good places for breakfast, Dad and I went back to Pandora for the 5th time. Love the food there. We've done a little reel on the San Pedro guide as well, if you follow the San Pedro guide, because Pandora have got new owners and they've got a new menu and it's really, really good.
And extensive. So obviously one of the videos you took was you flicking through the menu.
Yeah.
It's like a book.
They've got loads of different types of teas and hot chocolates and smoothies.
One of the comments on the San Pedro guide that someone said they love is because it does a very good selection of gluten-free products.
Okay,
and someone said that that's why they go there. So that's interesting to know.
Yeah, really good. Amo, I went to. Nikki and I spent the day at Amo Beach Club on Friday in San Pedro. Really nice cocktails. It's quite kind of family. There's lots of young children there. The music was good. We loved the music. We didn't get much sun because it makes a huge difference where you're positioned with your bed. We had beds with our backs to the Paseo and we actually didn't get much sun at all. And the whole day we could see the people opposite us getting lots of sun. So that's a tip because some people don't like getting lots of sun. So I definitely recommend where we were if you don't want lots of sun. And if you do, then get a bed where you're facing the sea because you'll get more sun there.
South facing.
South facing, exactly. It makes sense. We were a bit, I have to say, disappointed by the food. The portion sizes as well. So the 2 kids had the children's burger and chips, and it came, I don't know if this is a thing for normal children's food, but the burger was literally just a burger bun and a burger, and that was it. There was nothing else on.
Children's food, how much was it?
€15.
So it's not really a children's price, is it?
Well, I don't know. Beach club. It's a beach club. There's nothing wrong with the price, really.
When you consider what I get at the Hogan stand when I have a burger, which is even less than that in price.
Exactly. Oh, absolutely. So Henry said, can I please have some cheese and some lettuce? So they brought it out. They were very kind. But Nikki had the adults burger. It was a Korean burger. So there was different sauces and stuff that came with that. The burger was slightly bigger, I think, but it certainly had more in it. But the portion of chips was exactly the same as the children's portion. And it was a tiny little silver sort of cup that you'd normally have like salt and pepper and sauces and things in. that just had chips in. So there was basically about 15 chips. So she said, is this really the adults' portion of chips? And they agreed that it looked a bit small. So we ordered some chips extra, and then the manager came out and gave us more chips, and that was way too many chips than we needed.
One extreme to the other.
Yeah.
It's a shame because Amo's right next to our wedding venue, Madero, and they used to do the food. So when you used to order your food at Amo, they would take the order over to Alabadero's kitchen and they would make it. I assume they've now not got that agreement.
Yeah, no, they
clearly.
have a kitchen there.
They have their own kitchen and they're doing their own food. So it's a lovely place. We don't want to put it down or anything. They just need to amend their food because you don't want to go away from anywhere feeling not hard done by, but, you know, like you haven't really had what you should have got.
I had the sea bass or sea bream, I can't remember, and it was baked with a kind of sauce on top, which was really nice. It was really tasty. But the problem is when you've got because when it's baked, there's obviously lots of bones, which is normal. But because there's loads of sauce on top of you, it was really hard to see the bones. So pretty much every mouthful, I was pulling bones out my mouth. And that's no, it's not fun. That's a shame.
To be fair, when you do baked fish, rarely do you put a sauce on it.
I know.
The most you would have is when you've got salmonier or something like that. You'd have butter.
Yeah.
You can still see what you're doing.
Yeah, exactly.
You don't generally put a sauce on.
No, I've never seen that before. It's very unusual.
It all went a bit Pete Tong, didn't it?
It did go a bit Pete Tong. Talking of that, we went to see Pete Tong.
Which is why our voices may sound a little husky.
Because we were singing at the top of our voices and dancing for hours.
Yes.
What a great night.
It's one of those that you're not really sure what you're going to get. You think, is it just going to be Pete Tong spinning a few tracks? And well, this is good, but it's whatever. It was epic.
It really was epic with Jules Buckley orchestra. Amazingly talented musicians, 3 singers, incredible soul singers who were dancing as well. It was so good.
It's probably one of the best things I've seen in Marbella.
Yeah,
it really was. And I mean, in the end, it was a really good crowd because we were on the ground. So we were in front of the stage, literally just in front of the stage. Bizarrely, people that were sitting had paid more for their tickets and they were further away and couldn't dance because they were in this.
They did a bit.
They already could stand
stood up.
But for me, we were in the best bit. And I know when we've been there before to see something, where we were was considered the VIP, the higher ticket price.
Yeah.
And they swapped it over for this, which is really strange.
Yeah. So we absolutely loved it. Well done to all the guys at Fiesta Live. I know Bill worked incredibly hard getting this event together. They had to cancel some of the other evenings because ticket sales and various other things. Of course, all the jokes all went a bit Pete Tong came out, which is expected.
It's extremely difficult doing events in Marbella for the summer, and there's this expectation that you've got thousands of people that are going to go to these events. But, I believe, apart from Starlight, which I think has got it now, they do it every year, they get some big acts there and they sell out very well. But we've been there for a couple of events and there hasn't been many people.
It's Marbella Arena, isn't it?
It's huge.
It seats like 5,000 people.
So even though there were 2,000 people there, it still looked empty.
Oh, it didn't look as empty as I thought it was going to look.
Because everybody was
in the middle bit, so it was busy.
Yeah, but it was a great night. I mean, I'm still buzzing. It's all the music in my clubbing days. It was that music.
Yeah.
It's all the Ibiza classics and it was absolutely amazing.
Yeah, we're on cloud 9. It was really good. Did lots of dancing. We also went to the Clubhouse on the way there.
Yes,
to have
free drinks.
Yeah, have a couple of drinks. And we had a pizza, which was so good.
Yeah, now that
got the
worth a mention.
Pizza, and it was really, really nice.
Amazing.
And that was like
it was a big size as well. It was a good sized pizza, well cooked. And I know they've got a proper pizza oven there.
Yeah.
So it was cooked it was tasty and reasonable in price. I mean, everything about it was great.
Really good. We loved it. We'll definitely be hanging out there.
And actually, looking through their menu, their food isn't that expensive in the Clubhouse.
No, they've got a really interesting menu. Something I picked out on the menu that I thought sounded really nice, which I don't recall seeing anywhere before. They had this is in like the snack section, mini Yorkshire puddings stuffed with either roast chicken or roast beef, with like various kind of trimmings and stuff, which I thought sounded really cool. What a great idea.
Yeah, I think they've got some different food and the atmosphere was good. Very family. There were lots of sort of children.
Yeah, playing sport and playing pool.
And Harry Potter was on the TV, so that was keeping the kids amused.
Oh, I didn't notice that. Yes. And it was amazing to see photographs this week of Keely Hodgkinson at Clubhouse Marbella. She's just won the women's 800 metres at the Olympics, Team GB.
In tremendous style as well when she won it. Yeah, she was outstanding. As all the athletes have been. I mean, it's been quite emotional watching some of it because they get really emotional and there's been some really great stories. You know, even the one today in the women's marathon, I can't remember what country she was from, but she was over 90 minutes behind all the last runner. It took her 4 hours to do the marathon. So pretty much the sort of time that we would get to do a bloody marathon. And she was in the Olympics. But all the crowd stayed behind and were clapping and cheering her as she came over the line. So she got as much of a reception as the person that won.
Yeah.
The other thing I showed you was when, I think it was during the volleyball, and there was an argument.
Oh, yeah, they were arguing.
Yeah, really like going at each other. So the DJ in the stadium just put on John Lennon's Imagine, and it just like diffused the situation in seconds, and they were smiling and laughing after that.
It was lovely, and all the audience were joining in, singing, and
fantastic.
Really, really lovely. More on the Olympics to come. We just wanted to thank you for your feedback. It's really nice when people get in touch with feedback on the pod and even comments on particular things that we're talking about, things that they agree with or disagree with. It's really great. Please keep that coming. Thank you to Simone. She said that she also makes lists of clothes.
Hey, I'm not alone.
No, to take with her when she goes on holiday, because she needs to make a clothes list to tie in with her previously written itinerary list, because she plans what they're going to do every day. And then she goes, okay, well, this is what I'll wear. Oh, you're not thinking about writing an itinerary?
No, but I know when we went on our cruise, I literally did say, what are we doing this day? So I'll wear that for that. And what am I doing that day? I'll wear that for that. And interestingly, sorry, I'm digressing a bit here. I didn't know that in Barbados, you cannot wear khaki, sort of not khaki, but, you know, the military style trousers, because I've got green ones. So I avoided those because it's illegal. Only the army are allowed to wear that in Barbados.
We found that out.
Yeah. Well, they said when we arrived, they said, please remember you cannot wear any military style clothing.
So yes, slight digression. Thank you also to Stephen, another man who is on board with you with the travel lists.
See, I am definitely not alone. It's you that are the minority.
It's me that's weird. He said also, this was interesting comments. We were asking about food that you buy in restaurants by weight. I said I was really nervous to do it. And he said that he's nervous of or wary of products that are sold in weight, but not so much in restaurants. He said that he'll just say, give me 20 euros worth of said food. So I'm going to try that. Again, I'd still be nervous that my 20 euros worth would be like a little
eyeball.
Yeah, exactly.
There you go.
That's 20 euros worth. What? You never know. But I mean, to be fair, when you order any restaurant meal, if you're ordering a fillet of something or whatever, sometimes it can be small. You don't know.
Yeah, I think it sounds like it's expensive, but really, I mean, if you look at most hamburgers, for example, it will say 250 grams of meat, or, you know, it says the size of it. So it's a quarter pounder. So you roughly know meat size, what you're going to get for a certain size. So
I'm going to try it.
Yes.
Oh, that's my goal for the summer, the rest of the summer. Miles also got in touch with us, and we were talking about octopus. I didn't know it was an octopus leg or an octopus tentacle. He sent me an article which said they're actually called arms. So they're not legs, they're not tentacles, they are arms.
Arms. Well, there you go. Who knew that?
I know. Squids are cephalopods that have both arms and tentacles. Now we're getting technical. I think an octopus had like two testicles. Two testicles. Stop it. Two tentacles, and the rest are arms. And it's all to do with how many suction cups it's got and where the suction cups are placed around said arm or tentacle. But now we're getting into crazy territory.
Sorry, I'd fallen asleep there just for a second.
Yeah, okay, sorry. A few articles from the Sur in English. There was a couple of pieces about Marbella athletes who have been doing really well at the Olympics, which is great to see. There's quite a lot from Malaga and Andalusia, but Marbella particularly, a 25-year-old boxer called Ayub Gadfa. He won the silver medal, and he is Spain's third Olympic boxer silver medalist and the first in super heavyweight category. I've never heard of super heavyweight. Have you?
Yeah, there's lots. I get very confused at boxing weights, to be honest. But yeah, I have heard of super heavyweight.
Super heavyweight.
Yeah.
So well done him.
And I'm entering in 2028. I will be there.
Yeah, the super heavyweight.
No. I will be entering. No, actually, I won't be, because it was only a one-off and they're not doing it again. If they were, I would definitely be entering the breakdancing after seeing the Australians' entry this year.
She was hilarious.
I mean, actually, there's a thing out pleading with people to stop trolling her and everything, because obviously, but...
Oh, that's not nice.
No, but it was funny.
It looked like you after a bottle of wine.
It's my routine. It's my one bottle of red wine routine, apart from I don't do the kangaroo.
He was jumping like a bunny kangaroo type thing, and he was like lying on the floor. And
just like rolling around. Literally just basically, if you've never broke dance, break dance. Oh, okay. Is it break dance or broke dance? If you're talking about
break dance.
If you've never break danced.
Yes, exactly. Break danced.
Before, it's probably what you would do.
Which is bizarre, considering she was Olympic level.
Well, how do they judge Olympic level? It's never been in the Olympics.
No, I'm probably half the reason why it's not going to be again.
No, well, I remember they did Tai Chi. That was in the last Olympics, I think, in Japan. It was Japan last Olympics, wasn't it? Yes, Tokyo. Yeah. And that was quite bizarre, because it's just lots of people sort of doing movements without doing it. It's very slow movements.
Yes.
It's like, how do they judge?
Yeah, I don't know. There's been so many impressive things to watch, and I think you want to watch any Olympic sport and go, wow. I was watching this climbing wall.
Speed climbing.
Yeah, but it goes over like a hill. They're like bending backwards to climb it. Incredibly impressive.
Yeah, so well done, Marbella, for your entry in this Olympics.
And there's another one. Marbella's Azahara Munoz has achieved a career best in an Olympic finish in women's golf. She climbed 37 places to secure the 13th spot, which is actually just 4 strokes shy of a bronze medal. So well done.
Oh, well done. And where she was from, Marbella as well?
Yeah.
Excellent.
2 Marbella athletes. Away from the Olympics...
That's one thing I wouldn't enter in, actually, is the golf.
Just the one thing?
Yeah, I don't think I'm good enough. I'm working on it, but I'm not good enough yet.
You don't think you're good enough?
No. Well, so people mention.
Yeah. You mean it's up for debate?
Moving on.
You don't think you're good enough, but someone else will go, oh, mate, you'd be fine.
Didn't you see the Australian breakdance? I think you'd be fine.
You could do that, yeah. The violin spider is in Andalusia. The bites take weeks to heal.
What?
Violin spider.
Well, why is it called a violin spider?
I don't know. Apparently it's not considered an aggressive species and only tends to attack if it feels threatened. So don't go around threatening violin spiders.
I don't think I've ever threatened a spider.
How would you threaten a spider? Go near it and
say, put your arms in the air.
Oi, you! Outside!
Get out of my ass.
Just be nice to spiders and they'll be nice to you. That's the message. One more thing I have to say. Couldn't believe it when I saw this in the Sir in English. Bill Bryson, literally my favourite author, is doing a talk at Gibraltar National Museum on Tuesday the 27th of August at 7 p.m. If you're a Bill Bryson fan, he's a travel writer. He's written books about the world everywhere, and he has just amazing anecdotes about people and places, and I love his books so much.
You can't go, can you?
I can't go.
Where are you?
I'm in London seeing Taylor Swift.
Child.
Stop it.
There's an adult thing called Bill Bryson coming over. You're going to see Taylor Swift with the kids.
I'm going to have a great time. But yeah, so I'm going to see if I can get Bill on the show to talk about that, because that'll be great. And that's it.
I think that's been quite an interesting pod.
Yes.
Even if I do say so myself.
You just did say so.
Would you say pod or cast? Or would you just have to say podcast?
No, pod.
Pod? Okay.
That's what the cool kids say.
I'm down with the kids.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Thank you for listening.
Love that. That's going to sound really bad. Really bad. Take that out.
Only if people take it in the way you're... Anyway, thank you for listening. Keep getting in touch with your feedback. We love to hear from you. I hope you have a good week. It is bye-bye from him.
And it's goodbye from her. And don't forget, if you want to follow us, you can follow Hannah.
I'm on Instagram at Radio Hannah.
And I'm on Instagram, PJ Lopez 1 Marbella.
Nice one.